Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun pick a card for you guys where we are going to delve into what will be going on, what events will be happening, what signs and synchronicities will you see or experience before you meet your future spouse slash soulmate slash partner, whatever you like to refer to it as. As you can see, I have 4 groups for you guys to choose from. We have group 1 with the selenite. We have group 2 with the pink heart selenite, or excuse me, calcite. Jesus, here I go again. It's the end of the week. What can I say? We have the blue calcite egg, and then we have just a regular pink calcite right here for this group. So please do remember, this is a general reading. It is not a personal reading. So therefore, there's absolutely no reason to take anything personally. Okay, you guys? We're here to learn, to get messages. And if you were drawn to this pick a card, obviously there's a reason for it. There's something in here that you do need to hear if you felt drawn to watch it. I also want to say there are no rules with this. So if you feel drawn to listen to more than one group, or if you really need to listen to your intuition. What is your gut telling you? And you can always tell when it's just wishful thinking, like the difference between wishful thinking and actual messages or your intuition really speaking to you, in that when the intuition and the higher self or whatever is trying to talk to you, it's almost gonna feel different, okay? And it's gonna almost feel like it's outside of you where this is coming from, in a way, if you catch my drift. It's not going to be like, oh, I really like that, so I think that's why. It's more like it's just going to feel kind of strange, or kind of like a very like a tugging at you. Even you might feel tingles. You might feel there's different tells for people when the intuition is firing up, when our third eye is lit. We might get itchy, or we might get tingles, or we might have butterflies in our stomach. There's different things that occur it's different for everybody, but I want you to go off that in choosing your group. Okay, so since this isn't a personal reading, if you are interested in personal readings, there's information on how to book a personal reading with me in the drop-down box below, plus my Patreon information, where I post stuff daily on my Patreon. Our Pisces Twin podcast is on Patreon, on Ciara's channel and mine, or Ciara's Patreon and mine as well. I do daily messages and daily readings on my Patreon if you're interested. So anyways, go ahead, meditate, choose your group, and let's go ahead and get started. Those of you who picked group 1 with the selenite egg, I love this thing. It's so cool. It's really heavy. Perfect for, spring. It really looks like spring here. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it's cold outside today. It wasn't yesterday. It was really nice. Again, remember guys, general reading, not a personal reading. So yeah, you know the drill. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into this. So we're going to start with tarot, and these little oracle cards right here are really cool because they actually have specific events tied to them, also planetary placements. So for you guys, we have the 8 of Wands. We have the Knight of Chalices. Oh, wow. And we have the Ace of Swords. We have Mars in Libra with choice, and then we have Jupiter in Sagittarius with principle. All right, straight up, I'm going to pull the oracle cards in a second. First, I wanted to look at these alone, separate, before we get into more detail. First off, roses could be a sign of secret. Bluebirds. I do feel like that there is something to do with either higher learning here, like university, or definitely travel, or even both in this situation. I feel like what's going to be occurring in your life at the specific time. For some of you, you could be making a choice as to whether or not to further your studies, to take it to a further level, even or accept some kind of job or position at a distance from you. Could be in a completely different country, different area. I do see seeing roses could be a sign in synchronicity. Why am I feeling like Japanese maples means something here? But I do see that what's coming in for you, And you guys could be very creative or very artistic in nature. You could be a musician, an actor, actress, a writer of some kind, but you're definitely using a lot of poetic kind of, something, it's very poetic what you're doing, okay? And it could be very creative, very beautiful, very artistic what's going on, but something very fast is going to come in. Some message, some news, something big. Like I said, it could be like an advancement in a job. It could take you to another place. It could be that you get accepted into a further, to further education, some kind of program, even law school. It could have something to do with a job where you're dealing with, law and order of some kind. Some of you could be even like, you have a choice here. Something is happening here. And it's kind of funny, we have swords and I said law and order, and we have like, looks like, very, the justice card almost here, with that Libra, with the scales of balance here. There's something definitely having to do with some kind of long-standing, it could be military too, you guys. Some of you could be going off into the military or starting a military service in your country or something like this. But there's something very fast. It's like almost like you made a choice, and it was like you made this choice. And it's like you're going to get news about it. You don't have to wait very long, I feel like. It's going to come in very quickly and very fast because we have that Eight of Wands. I also feel like your person that's coming in is extremely romantic, and they could be a water sign for some of you. Some of you, they could be a Libra or they could be a Sagittarius as well. But it's like a brand new beginning that's coming in. Look at the sword going through the heart right here. I mean, this whole thing, I think this whole situation, like of this person coming into, is going to come really quickly and very fast. And it's going to knock you on your butt. I feel like you're not expecting it. It's very, very swift. And I feel like you're getting some kind of news, okay? And this person coming in is a total perfect balance. I feel like, it's like this total balance of masculine and feminine that's going on here. So let's delve deeper into these two and the specific events surrounding these two. We have Mars and Libra up first. And for this one, it says, when this card appears, it always indicates a difficult choice to be made. So some of you could be like moving to a completely different area, and it's maybe there's a little bit of fear and you're afraid a little bit. It could be that some of you are completely walking away from a relationship as well. You could be choosing between two options. Like some of you could be taking a job or, I want to say it's like, I don't know why, maybe just one of you. It's like you have the choice to go into the military and you get all these great benefits and stuff like this because of it. Or you have the choice to take this specific job that it's like there's no benefits or anything like this, but taking this job, it's like the money that you make is like really high. Or else it, that experience alone in of itself could lead to other things possibly, but it's not a sure thing. So I feel like it's like there's some kind of situation like this where it's very difficult and it's like hard to make. But a deliberate change of direction, a business merger, choosing between two partners or diverse business options. Exactly. So that is what's happening here. Okay, for some of you, for maybe one of you, you could be interested in two different people and you're trying to decide between the two, but this is what usually is happening before we even meet anybody. But for you in particular, there might be two people that come in at the same time, and there might be a having to make a choice. But I feel like it has to do with the business option. Definitely, I'm really feeling that. So we have that's the seventh house. This is the house of, this is Libra's house, and it's, marriage and partnerships too. So some of you could be trying to decide if you're going to go, leave a job to go into business for yourself with a partner or something even as well. So let's take a look at that Jupiter in Sagittarius and see what it has to say here. When this card appears in a reading, it will raise a matter of principle or life philosophy that is particularly related to the question. So events surrounding this card are planning a grand tour or world trip. Oh my God. Being completely immersed in a new philosophy or religion, conversion, the need to persuade others of a philosophy. Very fascinating. Okay, so yes, planning a grand tour or world trip, that could definitely, be something as well. But I felt like this is more like completely immersed in a new philosophy or religion. I'm almost feeling like, or maybe you're trying to convince yourself of the choice you're about to make. Okay, so let's delve a little bit further into this situation and see what comes up here. Okay, so we have cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. Obviously you have like, some kind of guide or angel. You're just protected at this time. Seeing spider webs could be another thing besides, the bluebirds and, roses I felt, and Japanese maples. I don't know how that is, but yeah, just bird flying. News is on the way. Holy shit. And that's totally this kind of a card. And my ears just started ringing really bad. Weeping willow, family sorrow. Maybe somebody in your family is sad because you're moving away. Some of you could be moving away completely from your family and going off to another place to go to school, and it's very far away. We have wish will not be granted. That's interesting. So, we have wall, misunderstanding. Lily, spiritual love. We have dog, far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Oh boy. And then the astral house, like the area of life that this is definitely going to associate with, has to do with wealth and where you make your money. And then the month is March. So March, we're in March right now. That is fucking wild. So why do I feel like with this wish will not be granted, misunderstanding, and family sorrow, some of you are making a big decision to move away, and it's causing a little bit of family sorrow. Some of you could be moving away or leaving a relationship because there's a misunderstanding. But I feel like it says wish will not be granted. So I feel like when we have choice there, wish will not be granted. I feel like for some of you who are making this decision between like your career or whatnot, or choosing to, because this, this can definitely represent military and also police work and that realm of the justice system kind of stuff. For some of you, you're vying for two different things. One of them's definitely not going to happen, and it's just not going to be the viable choice. I feel like that's where this is going to come in right here. And it's going to be obvious what the choice is, but we have wish will not be getting. I feel like that there is, with that family sorrow and misunderstanding. I mean, some of you also could be going through some family shit at the time when all of this is going on, or else that's just what's going on for you at the time, is there is some kind of, something just didn't work out. Also, I feel like, there was a misunderstanding between you and a person far away. Like you guys could have been like, very good friends with somebody who's in a different area. You are like talking online all the freaking time. Why do I feel like that there's like oh wow, this is very specific. Some of you could be in a relationship, or you are like dating somebody at the time and they're local to you. And at the same time, you just end up meeting this person online who is at a distance from you. Like you guys start off as good friends and you hit it off, and it's just kind of really fun. And the more you talk to this person, the more attached you get, and the more they get into you and you into them. And, one thing leads to another. And I mean, we have this distant friend is thinking of you. Maybe you end up freaking, ending a relationship. And then here comes the opportunity to make a choice, whether or not you want to risk it to get the biscuit, to go near this person or have them come near you. Maybe there's discussions and choices going on between that. Like, do you want to move to where this person is at, or do you want them to move towards you? Really interesting stuff here. Some of you, obviously, it says protected from negative forces beyond your control. I really feel like you guys are definitely divinely guided in this, and you have guides and you have angelic energies around you protecting you. But I feel like there could be, like for some of you, definitely or also a misunderstanding between you and somebody in a distance, at a distance from you. But then we have that spiritual love. Like I said, I feel like for some of you are going to be feeling this person. And this definitely, like the relationship that's coming in for you is a very spiritual, based one where you feel a deep connection. to this person, you know, not just physically, but spiritually. It's because it is a soulmate. It's definitely somebody you're supposed to meet and know and grow with. So I pulled 2 animal cards too. So we have dogs also, by the way, but you know, we have snowdrops. That's what I believe that these are called, these flowers. We have willows. All the things you're seeing could be signs and synchronicities clearly for some of you. And we have lilies. And, you know, we have a lot of spring energy here, if you've noticed. And then we have squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself with card 57. And we have deer spirit. Bring a gentle touch. I think that when it says believe in yourself, you guys inherently know the choice that you need to make, because your intuition is trying to tell you. It might be uncomfortable, but you know intuitively what choice you need to make here. And then when you're approaching the situation, especially when it comes to family members, because this could be a big shock to people, you want to make sure that you're approaching the situation from a gentle position. Also, you know, we have the numbers 8. Oh my God, you guys, look, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is all, there's like steps, and things are going to happen exactly as they should, step by step. Everything that's happening is all in due process, and it will occur. It's kind of funny because we have 1 and we have 8, we have 18 here. You know, the numbers that you're seeing here, like, so seeing 888, 111, 777, 999, 3 could be another one because we have 57. You know, and 9 definitely is a big one here. So it's definitely an ending of a cycle too, I feel like, that's coming up. There's some chapter of your life closing out, okay? So let's take a look and see what the message is here on squirrel spirit and the deer spirit. So deer spirit, so I want to read, so they have a oracle message and a protection message here. So I'm going to read the oracle message. It says, the time has come to be gentle and diplomatic when dealing with others. You might have found yourself in a situation where negotiations are necessary in order to reach your goal. Be mindful of the words you choose. Do not worry. Dear Spirit reminds you that you have the ability to be sure-footed and confident while showing humility and respect for others. You will find that your capacity for calm and grounded communication is heightened at this time. Follow the way of deer spirit and you will do well, gaining the respect of others and finding common ground that is pleasing to you. Remember that understanding others and their needs will be more powerful at this time than putting your own first. If you do that, you will be rewarded tenfold. And I have to mention, we have misunderstanding. Bring a gentle, seriously, oh my God, remember that understanding others and their needs will be more powerful at this time than putting your own first. Holy shit. So you might even have a misunderstanding with a family member and not understand where they're coming from because the communication is shite. You know, or it's the other way around. They misunderstand you. They don't understand why you're doing. But you know what? It's not for them to understand. You have to follow your own path, your own journey. And I feel like by handling it in a gentle way to explain them exactly why you're doing what you're doing, I feel like that they'll understand, okay? So we have squirrel spirit. So squirrels and deer are big ones. These could be totem animals for you. And the message here is, you have accumulated wisdom and experience and are surrounded by all you need. An abundance of resources is available to you through the generosity of spirit and all your hard work. Squirrel spirit shows up when you need reminding that the acorns you have gathered and stowed away have enormous potential to grow. So relax into knowing there is always enough, and you have what it takes to co-create the reality you want to experience. Through diligent preparation, you have gained wisdom and strength. How much potential you have. Believe in yourself, for Spirit believes in you and wants you to know that you have enough and are enough. Doesn't that truth make you feel safe and secure? It should, for you have everything you need right now. So I feel like also for some of you, there could be something that doesn't work out and we have that wish will not be granted. And you might be questioning, but you know, why is this happening to me? Oh no, you know, it's because it's not for you. It's not meant to happen. This is not the route you're supposed to go, especially when it comes to meeting your future partner, your future spouse, your future, you know, lover, whatever. You know, there's a reason why certain things don't work out. It's the universe's way of protecting us from what is not good for us or highest good. So I feel like that is the situation for some of you, definitely. Okay. Now I'm going to close this out with some little fortune cookie messages, because these are always fun to do, and little extra bonus information for you guys. Let's see what comes out for you. Oh shit, that flew across the room, you guys. Oh, reflection. Friendships in your life may come to an end. Others could blossom and become stronger. Holy shit. Look at that. A distant friend is thinking of you. And then we have major life change. Time is right for major life changes, as a new life cycle or location brings great joy and trouble-free existence. And then we have care required. Guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes at this time. So, you know, make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. It's interesting, you know, be careful. A distant friend is thinking of you. I mean, we have deep spiritual love that's coming in here. I'm going to pull one more for you guys, and that's it. And then I'm going to go on to the next group. Okay. Commitment. A commitment is indicated around love or business. It will make you feel better. I feel like for some of you, definitely the business and the love go hand in hand. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for further to be notified of stuff when I put it out. God, I can't talk. It's the end of the week. It's always like this for me. Anyways, in the drop-down box, there's information on my Patreon and my social media as well. So I wish you guys much love, much happiness. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Hey, for those of you who picked group 2 with this lovely, I think this is called manganese calcite. I think that's what this is. I can't remember. I just like it. And I think if you put a black light on this, it like glows. It does some trippy shit. So anyways, let's take a look and see what came up. Remember, general reading, guys. So we have tarot, and then we have these guys first. These are very specific events associated with this situation. What is the energy? What is happening at the time? Like right before the signs and synchronicities and events going on. We have King of Wands. We have the Six of Swords. Oh my God, travel, movement over bodies of water. And we have the Hierophant. Holy shit. Wow. This is really interesting. We have Mercury in Sagittarius with discovery with the 9th house. And we have the 1st house with Mercury. Oh my God. Mercury twice, you guys. Heavy communication is going on. And we have Mercury in Aries with restlessness. So you guys at the time definitely are traveling. Period. Okay, you are feeling the itch. You got to get out there, and definitely for some of you, you are traveling because it is part of your studies through university. Why do I feel like you guys should watch group 1 too? Some of you might want to check that out too. Very interesting stuff, but definitely whenever we have King of Wands, you know, when we have Wands in general, you know, it's all about travel. The Hierophant could talk about foreign cultures, learning foreign languages, higher learning, you know, universities. It can indicate spirituality as well. And legit, we have Sagittarius here, which is all about that. And we even have a globe. We have the, you know, sarcophagus right here. We have, you know, a steam boat right here. We have castles, you know, we have the Mercury straight up, you know, with the caduceus. Some of you guys could be doing, are in medical school or studying medicine or something in the realm of biotechnology or dealing with medicine in general, health, well-being. But definitely you are traveling over, you're crossing a body of water for a lot of you. And when we say body of water, it could mean an ocean, yes, to a total foreign land, but it also could mean a river, a lake, and some of them are really fucking big, you know, whatever. It's a body of water. You're crossing over it. Some of you could also be like working aboard a cruise ship or something to do where you are on a ship. Some of you could be like an intern as a medical doctor on a cruise ship. I don't know why the hell that's coming in my mind. That was very specific. I don't even know if they have that, but it's like it's coming up. So, and you know what's crazy is look at what's going on in the Hierophant card. It's like she's literally at a fucking apothecary. What the hell? Okay, guys, so that is, I see that there's definitely travel involved, and I feel like your person is definitely not from the same culture as you. Completely. Okay, they're not, because we have King of Wands. I mean, any Wands character is going to be somebody who is different than you, period. This person is also probably going to be, up there in leadership, okay, positions. They could be very good at finance too, and have something to do with private enterprises or something like this. But anyway, so, we definitely have 9s, we have 6s, we have 1s, we have 5 mentioned here. So any kind of signs and synchronicities using those numbers, like the showing a reappearing, could be having something to do with it. Hierophant. Taurus season could have something to do with this. Okay. We do have Sagittarius and Aries poking up here too. But it's not in a sun sign, but it's in Mercury. But what do I feel like for some of you, definitely you could be doing like, communications in the, as well as, for your job. But there is some heavy communication in this situation that is going on. Also, for some of you, definitely like seeing like Egyptian stuff, or having dreams of Egyptian deity, or anything like with that subject matter could be a sign in synchronicity. This person that you're going to meet could be very much into that or study that. Or they just like feel very drawn to it, or you guys could have lived a past life together in, ancient Egypt or even Greece. Some of you definitely will be traveling to Europe, I feel. Okay. So, anyhow, let's take a look at the specific events wrapped around these cards here. So we have 2 Mercury cards. Damn. Lots of heavy communications. Okay. So Mercury in Aries is up first. When this card is drawn, it indicates a great need for the questioner to scribble down thoughts and ideas on paper. This could set the inquirer on the road to becoming a writer of some kind. Very interesting. The restlessness card can sometimes suggest a long drawn-out dispute with much correspondence. Interesting. Some of you could be doing a lot of debating, or like study, or like, you're involved in a group project or something where you're constantly like, it could have to do with like philosophy, or some kind of like, figuring out like some kind of, I don't want to say this thesis, like working on a theory or something. I don't know, where it's like you're discussing and trying to come to a solution, and you could be debating, looking over, collected information as to which is true and which is not, and which is viable, and blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I needed water. So the events here are research or detective work. Hey, research, yes! Like going over some research. Doing some kind of scientific or anthropological study, and you're sitting there. It could be medical too, in nature, has something to do with like genomes or something like this, or, where's this going, kind of thing. Research or detective work, competitive written work or discussion, see? Taking up creative writing, a big argument, spontaneous communication, contact with the media. Ooh la la. That's really interesting. So that was the Aries. Okay, now let's take a look at the Sag here. When this card is drawn in a reading, the questioner may meet someone of this type who becomes an influence. Alternatively, the inquirer may find a need to develop by expanding his or her knowledge of the world. So the events are a visit from someone abroad, learning a foreign language, planning a long trip, discovering a philosophy or religion, following a guru or mentor, or involvement in politics. And God knows there's plenty of fucking arguing and discussions in politics now, isn't there? It's a fucking God. You just want to pull your hair out and claw your eyes out because it's so frustrating. Okay, guys. So anyways, We have 2 animal cards, and then we have these. We're going to go delve deeper into this situation to find more information about sign synchronicities, what you're going to see. Also, the Fae could be something that you are very drawn to. And definitely, you know, anything with working with herbs and stuff like this too. I'm just getting that, all right? Why do I feel like some of you had a past life and you had something to do with witch trials? I don't know why that, you know, definitely I'm looking at that. That was like coming through like hardcore. Okay, so we have specific little things. We have a month of the year and the area of what this definitely could relate to. We have Wheel. Indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. We have Forest. Muddled, unclear thinking. We have Goldfish. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. We have Eye, psychic ability, trust your intuition. We have Purse, pay attention to your finances. Dog, close up, pleasure with a close friend. This is so fucking weird, dude. Dog is coming up again. You really should check out group 1 too, just for shits and gigs. You know what's crazy? Is the Ujet and the Wajet, you know, what you see right here. On my ring, you know, and we have that Eye. That is, you know, we have Egypt. So I feel like there's something to do with Egypt here for some of you. And we have Fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. We have Fire. Look at that. Oh my God. Holy shit. Dang. This almost looks like a witch being burned, or she's coming out of the fire, or it's somebody, it's like a priestess or something like this, you know, talking, preaching, you know, giving information. I mean, look at that. There's 2 images of this. I feel like whatever it is that you're studying or whatever it is you're working on or whatever it is you're doing at the time, you're very passionate and you have a very strong emotional connection to it, probably because in a past life you dealt with this situation, which is why you're being called to it and you're feeling very drawn to learn about it more in this lifetime. Because there's something you need to remember here. And what's crazy is like, we have indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble, and then muddled, unclear thinking. I feel like the arguing and the discussion, it's like you're feeling a little bit freaking, you know, muddled and unclear about certain situations. You might be indecisive about what it is, but by using that psychic ability and trusting your intuition, you're going to find the answer to what it is and solve the problem. And we have, you know, watching out for your finances at the time, obviously, because schooling costs a lot, or also dealing with like jobs and stuff like this, or travel in general, always we're having to watch our money, right? We have to budget. But I feel like you're going to be definitely around a close friend. You could be like reuniting with a close friend that you haven't seen in a while. You guys could be traveling with a close friend. And then the months of the year, we have August, which of course is Leo and Virgo season. And then we have love. So definitely this is about love. This is how you come into contact with your love. We have goldfishes. We have dogs. We have the Ujet Wajet, we have fire. We definitely have like hearts, the caduceus. Like I said, the Egyptian stuff is big here. So let's see what came up for your animal totems and spirits that you might see. We have Moth Spirit, Surrender Now, with card 39. And we have card 2, with Antelope Spirit, Life is Speeding Up. That's kind of funny because we have this restlessness, we have discovery, and we have Mercury. And Mercury, of course, is very fast. So, and we have Antelope Spirit. So, antelope energy, definitely. Life is speeding up. And moths. Oh, look at that. So beautiful. Surrender Now. I feel like this is a nod to surrender and go with the flow here. Big time. So let's see the messages on these. Because life is speeding up. I feel like you're going to feel the need to have to control everything, and you can't. Because this is karmic in nature too. When I see that wheel, I think of like the Wheel of Fortune, and you're going to have this stroke of luck, and it's going to lead you on this path to union with this person. Okay, but you have to go with the flow and just surrender and not try to fight anything like push against the river. You can't do that, you know, because it's not going to fucking work out in your favor. Just go where things are leading you. Using that intuition is going to be vital in this. So, here we go. So when Antelope Spirit rushes into your life, you are being reminded of the quickening of your personal evolution as a powerful co-creator. You are being told unequivocally that it is time to get moving. Set your intentions and take actions towards making your dreams real. There is an intensity you can feel, and it is important to take advantage of this energy right now. If you have a plan for your career or financial abundance, we have 2 of those cards talking about finances and money. Now is the time to step it up. If you're asking about a relationship, make that first move. Oh, look at that, you guys. And some of you might be dealing with a fire sign, by the way. Could be a Sagittarius, could be an Aries even, okay? Make that first move. Just know that the intentions you have set in motion are coming together now at warp speed. Stay alert and keep up. Things are getting interesting when Antelope Spirit calls you to move quickly. So I feel like, honestly, you guys, listen to group 1 too, because I feel like there's some tidbits of information, especially with the speeding and the quick, you know, decisiveness and stuff like this. There's something here with that, okay? And I feel like for some of you, you're already feeling this kind of energy now. You're restless. You're just like kind of anxious. You know something's coming because that time of union is getting closer. So with Moth Spirit, with card 39, okay, so Moth Spirit asks, what is guiding you right now? Are you in alignment with spirit or pursuing something or someone with so much tenacity that it has become a compulsion or addiction? Are you so intoxicated by a potential relationship or opportunity that you can't think straight? Oh, hard work and dedication are virtues, and love, of course, is a beautiful thing. However, when Moth Spirit appears, it is time to consider if you have gone over the edge in a relentless pursuit. Ouch, you guys. Remember what I was saying? Go with the fucking flow. You can't fucking push the river. If you're freaking overdoing it, you know, it's just not going to work out. There it is. Workaholism, overeating, perfectionism, or addiction to certainty, or even to a person may be your current vice. The form of your addiction does not matter so much as the awareness of the consequences of remaining persistent when moderation is needed. Let go of your excessive energy by channeling it in more than one direction. The fire burns hot. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at that. Oh my God. And literally fire is, the fire burns hot. And you do not want to be engulfed by your passion to the exclusion of all other pursuits that matter to you. Now is the time for surrender and radical acceptance so that your drive does not cause you to flee or to fight. Spirit wants you to release your need for certainty and control so that you can relax into a more balanced way of using your Moth Spirit energy. Banish the shoulds and musts so that you can enjoy what is as you allow for what might be. There it is. Muddled, unclear thinking, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Okay, obviously, there's a need to stop being a control freak in this situation too, and to just chill the fuck out and, you know, make sure you're spreading all your energy, you know, that everything's balanced basically, okay? Going a little bit too fast, you know? It's like you don't want to rush into something and make a mistake, like you don't want it to be a mistake, okay? So, and for some of you, this could be, it says pleasure with a close friend. It could, you know, be somebody that you start out friends with too. And you want to make sure that you let it unfold as is and don't try to rush anything, I feel like, okay? Oh, wow, this is fucking crazy. I couldn't believe the words in this. Fire burns hot, you do not engulfed by your passion. Wow, you guys. Okay, so to close this message out for you. So obviously anything like symbology that's popping out to you in this reading, You need to be paying attention and making note of those, because this is, you know, what you would see signs of synchronicity wise, okay? So, final messages for you guys, little tidbits of tea to help you out in this situation. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Achievement. Enjoy the limelight. You've earned it. Although on the family front, someone's health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. We have nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. And then we have assert yourself. Go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. Birth of a child also likely. Very interesting, guys. So anyways, that's it. That's all I have for you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for further notifications. In the drop-down box, there's information on how to book a personal reading with me, plus all my Patreon information and my social media information. Thank you guys for being with me today, and I will catch you next time. For those of you who picked the blue calcite eggie, this one is for you, group 3. So let's take a look at the tarot and specific events first before we dive into this. We have the 2 of Wands, we have the 10 of Wands, and we have the 6 of Chalices. And we have Venus in Leo and Venus in Libra with affair and indecision. Ooh, juicy. We have the 5th house, the house of dating and children and love affairs and stuff. And then we have card 7, which is the 7th house, which is Libra's house. And this is definitely about marriage and partnerships. So I see what's going on around the time. I feel like you guys have been heavily, like at the time that this, you know, around the time that you're going to meet the person, like beforehand, there's a whole lot of planning that's been going on, because I feel like that, you know, I feel like for some of you, it's definitely you're moving away from like where you grew up. Okay, definitely. There is some kind of closing. There's an ending of a cycle. There's releasing of burdens here in this situation where you are ready to move on and go out into the world to a different place. You just have had enough. You're just like, okay, you know, this isn't working for me anymore. And so, you know, you're beginning to plan to, you know, move on. Okay, most definitely. You know, the 2 of Wands, so some of you could also be working in a career that has something to do with like negotiations, definitely, where you are definitely, like I said, planning negotiations. This could be something to do with like the justice system too. This could be any kind of leadership position, job, is what's going on at the time. You're a very busy person, and it's like, I feel like you have like a lot on your plate, especially with that 10 of Wands. You know, you could be feeling very overburdened. You've been busy like working on new contracts. You're fucking feeling it. You need a fucking break for some. And you know, like I said, I already had the one, and then the other thing is like, so you're feeling this tension or whatever, and you start to think about, you know, different times you may be feeling called to go back home to where you grew up. You could have some, or you could be feeling some need to. You could be like invited to a reunion even, or something like this. You could be invited to a wedding, some kind of event where you're going back and you're visiting old friends. For some of you also, you just could be feeling the call, like you're just like knowing that there's somebody coming in, and definitely this person that's coming in for this group, no matter what, you guys have had a past life connection together. And you're here to grow and learn and to, you got unfinished business basically. But I feel like for some of you, the work people who, you know, who aren't moving away, because like I said, there's a group of you who are moving away from your freaking childhood home or whatever, and like where you grew up, and you're ready to move on and start anew. But then the other people who are doing the job stuff, I really feel that you need to have a little bit of fun here, okay? And there's something, I feel like there's going to be an event. Honestly, I feel like something is going to happen like this where you're going to get together with a group of friends or like people from your past even. Very interesting. So we have that, you know, Yeah, seriously, I don't know why I'm just like seeing reunions for some reason with this. You guys could be called back to do something like that. It could be a family reunion, or like I said, it could be a wedding. It could just be like a school reunion of some kind, whether it's college or high school, some kind of reunion of grouping of people. So then we have two Venus here. So definitely this is about love, like hardcore, okay? Venus is running the show here. It's all about those lovey-dovey kind of feelings. We have affair and we have indecision. I almost feel like with this situation, it's like the person in question, I feel like you're at a point in your life. Do I want to get involved with somebody? Do I really? You know, you almost could be questioning it because of what is going on so much. Because we have a lot of wand energy and we have emotions involved here. And the wands is always very passionate energy, very spiritual energy. It could talk a lot about travel because you could be traveling a lot for your job. It could have to do with anything, you know. What am I trying to say here? Oh God, travel, communication even. But I feel like that there's like, it's like you're very busy. I'm getting like massive, like over, like workaholic vibes almost here. Okay. And like you're questioning, will I ever meet somebody? Or do I even want to go there? It could be you're like questioning, what do I do? You know, am I really ready for this? You know, you could be like wondering these things. Now, what I'm seeing here, stars. I'm seeing a lot of star, you know, imagery in here. I'm seeing the time, what do you call it? Timer, the sand, I can't think of what they're called in right now anyway. But this is divinely timed, okay? What's going on here, and it is very guided. I mean, we have, you know, like a little like cheruby angel. We have an angel right here, and then we have wings right here. I really feel like, you know, seeing feathers could be a big one. Stars could have something to do with this. But I really feel like this is meant to happen. It is karmic in nature and it was divinely timed because you guys have that unfinished business. You're angelically guided to one another, whether you like it or not. Okay. It's just like tough shit for you. You're having a relationship right now. I mean, you're just going to know though, I feel like. So because, you know, and this is the truth, these things never occur when you expect it or when it's convenient for you. They just happen when it's right for you. Okay. So for some of you, it could be ball busting in your career hardcore and like, I have no time for relationships, whatever. Well, guess what? The universe is going to throw you a bone and a boner. So, you know, you don't have a fucking choice. It's just going to fall in your lap. And it's like, well, you have a choice as to how you deal with it, of course, yes. But it's going to come into your life here in one way or another. And we have Venus in Leo. So it says, where's my glasses? In a reading, this card shows that new stimulus to creative endeavors will enter the life of the questioner. The card may suggest a new craze or interest or even a new love. Wow. Events are a deep, dramatic love affair. See, it never happens when you expect it or, you know, the way you think it's going to. It never, ever happens that way. Okay, this is like unexpected and it's going to be kind of sudden. So a deep, dramatic love affair, a showy lifestyle, excessive luxury and extravagance, and show business. Whoa. Some of you could be in show business or, you know, work in the entertainment industry and you're extremely busy and you don't see this coming and poof, there it is. Okay. So we have Venus in Libra there with indecision. And with this one, it says, if this card is drawn, it suggests that the questioner has come to a stage at which a decision is imperative. There has been much dithering back and forth over an important matter, and now the time has come to be firm and take the consequences. So the events are a large social gathering. Oh, what did I say? Oh my God. And you know what's kind of funny? It's like there's this, this dithering back and forth. Oh, what do I do? Blah, blah, blah. Honey, go for it because it's going to release a big, huge fucking weight off your chest. It's going to release burden, okay? You're going to feel light, free. This is a new chapter. This is a big fucking deal, I feel like, especially for this group because it's like got that freaking, soul contract shit going on here. a large social gathering, a wedding, oh my God, a difficult decision to make, a business partnership in the arts, an artist lover. Yes, very fucking interesting. So there you have it, you guys. That's that. So let's go a little bit deeper here. So let's see what came up for your tea leaves. So we have a month of the year, a very specific thing having to do with this whole situation. And why do I feel like, why is tea party coming into my head? Okay, obviously this was going on right here. She's playing with the kids. They're having a little tea party. It's super fucking cute. Maybe, did one of you guys do this when you were a kid? Like get together with your friends and like as kids and do this? I feel like there's some fond memory having to do with that in this situation for some reason. I don't know. Maybe you guys, the people who are in show business, are working in like a period piece for some reason. Why? That's very specific, but it is coming through. Okay. So we have, oh my God, every fucking time. Dolphins are stalking me. I'm not alone either, okay? I gotta say this, and I was reading about dolphins, and I came across some, I was looking for the GIF for what I posted in my community post, if you saw that. Because this has just been on my mind a lot lately, and it's also comes up a lot in readings. But what's funny is I was reading about dolphins. Man, dolphins, people don't even know, okay? Dolphins like to have sex like how humans do, for fun. They also do some unsavory shit. They like to fuck with, they bully other species, other dolphins. They gangbang. They do all kinds of gnarly shit, okay? Dolphins are fucking not... Just read about it. Trust me. It'll blow your fucking mind, okay? So with dolphins here, it says financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. Oh my God. That is exactly what is coming up right here. Holy shit. Can you believe that? All right. We have fox. Oh my God. This is so crazy. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, I have dolphins stalking me, and y'all know that I'm all about the foxes, right? Okay, I'm Kitsune Queen over here. So, fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Oh my God. We have carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. We have ladder, climbing towards success. Holy shit. See, that's exactly this vibe right here, definitely. We have whale, great worry over nothing. So yes, what was I saying? This indecision. Oh God, woe is me. What the fuck do I do? Oh my God, if I do this, I'm going to lose this, or I'm going to do... No, stop, shut up, just enjoy it. Because, you're making a whale out of something, that's not supposed to be, okay? We have butterfly. Holy shit, this fucking group. Wow. A change for the better, because maybe you're overworking yourself, and maybe you thought that you can't have a successful or exciting life if you don't work, 24 fucking 7 or whatnot. Maybe this person coming in here is going to make you realize how much you need to celebrate and enjoy life, and that being in a partnership and in a marriage and in a relationship is the key to well-rounded happiness and success. Okay, it's not always about money. It's about love. Okay, that's an abundant thing to have in your life as well. Okay, and then we have not unsuccessful plans. So yeah, your plan was to ball bust, and it's not always going to be that way. Oh, and you're also going to tie the knot. So obviously we have, come on guys, this group just cracks me up. We have whales, we have butterflies, we have knots, we have ladders, we have carriages, and oh my God, I said period piece. Holy shit. Whoa, okay, that's kind of wild. Okay, we have dolphins, obvi, okay? They'll fuck a human too, by the way. And then we have foxes, my bays, okay? Obviously in this situation, like when it comes to work, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. I honestly feel like, if this has something to do with business, you're going to have to like keep it on the DL with the relationship at first, obviously, because you need to be shrewd about how you handle it. Because some people might jump to conclusions, or it just might not be good, to expose your personal life to everyone. Obviously, seeing butterflies, and we have dolphins. Financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. I feel like some of you definitely could have like, you know, somebody's going to see some past work that you did, and you're going to get hired for something, or you know, this is it's gonna pay off. It's got some. Why do this period piece thing? Why the fuck does this keep coming up? I mean, if this is specific and you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about and it has something to do with it, do comment. I'm very curious. It could be something you guys wrote, something you performed in the past, and it's going to lead to other lucrative things, okay? Working on a specific project that had something to do with that. So month of the year, October. And we have marriage. Oh my God, this is leading to marriage, definitely. Okay. So specific signs we have here are definitely Leo and Libra. And October is Libra season, half of it. Other half, of course, is Scorpio. So what came up for your animal totems? We have butterfly again. Look at that. You have it twice. Do some of you have a butterfly tattoo? Why am I seeing that? Some of you could have a fox or a dolphin as well. I don't know about whale, but could be. Some of you could have like Celtic knots tattooed on you, or they do. Very interesting, okay? So, and stars as well. So we have butterfly spirit. Transformation is beautiful, and badger spirit, be fearless and bold. Yes. So we have 11 and we have 4. We have 2, 10, 6, 5, 7, 11, and 4. So, you know, I'm really feeling that 11. So that is obviously a master number. Some of you could be at Life Path 11. Hey, some of you or your person could be. You could be seeing 1111 a lot. Any of these number combinations could be something too. So let's read about Badger Spirit is up first because it's card 4. And with this, it says, Badger Spirit rejoices at your persistence and commitment to what is true for you. Hey, look at that. Whatever you seek, your tenacity and faith in your partnership with Spirit is paying off. And the results will soon coalesce into form in your world. The gift of Badger Spirit is the surety that taking a risk now and being courageous, fearless, and bold will yield wondrous results. This is a time to harness your will and apply it consistently to the pursuit of your dreams. Know that no matter the temporary inner or outer conditions, you will manifest your desires in divine timing. Oh my God. And in the form that Spirit deems best for you. See, there you go. That's the key. Badger Spirit says you have what it takes to get what you want. So assert yourself. Be fearless and bold, shining your light as your purpose calls you into the world. New relationships are also given a green light now. Don't be afraid to make the first move. Oh my God, this came up in the other group. No way. Badger Spirit loves your brave and mighty heart. Damn. So this was in another group where it said you make the first move on a person too. Don't ever be afraid to do that. Because let me tell you a little something here. There are a shit ton, especially women, okay? Because women are in society, or, you know, we have this shit projected on us that we can't be the aggressor or the person who's coming out and like being the assertive one or saying, hey, baby, you want to go out, you know, or whatever. When in reality, many of the women who pursued their, you know, spouse, they were the ones who made the first move, okay? And they ended up in marriages that still last, which is fucking amazing, because the woman was the one who made the first move. I know a lot of guys out there, especially depending on what culture background, you know, they could be a little bit shy, you know, especially about this. But if you are a female, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and just be like, hey, you want to go out for a date? Do you want to go out for coffee? Or I think you're cute. I think you're hot. Don't be afraid to fucking say these things. Guys like that shit. Okay? Guys that have their shit together and who aren't weak little bitches like it. Okay? You know, straight up. You know, it's like if a man is afraid of a woman who's confident, you don't want that guy, okay? I'm just saying, you know, they're going to be a douchebag and try to control you no matter what. So you don't want that. So anyways, we have butterfly spirit. So transformation is beautiful. So the message here is joy and the beautiful lightness of being alive and creative in the world is the focus when butterfly spirit flutters before you. Transformation is inevitable as you grow into your most beautiful, empowered self. Indeed, you will go through some uncomfortable stages as you let go of the forms of your life that no longer fit the new you. And that could be another thing about this. You know, it's the ending of a cycle. Things just don't fit anymore. You're feeling the call. You're feeling like there's, you know, do I need to go back to the past and fix things? Or, you know, some of you definitely, it is a karmic thing in nature. You feel a change is coming on and you're feeling called to something from the past, even a culture from the past, something like this. There is a reason for it. Is because, you know, you have unfinished business there. Indeed, you will go through some uncomfortable stages. You let go of forms of your life that no longer fit the new you. Even relationships must go through shifts to match your new emerging self. If you focus on the beauty and not the challenges, stop taking yourself too seriously and choose to be playful, loving, and joyous. You will soon know the miracle your soul wants to experience through you. Today is a day for joy, so alight. Look around and see the beauty that is everywhere and in everyone, including you. So again, we have that indecision. It's like this is spirit trying to tell you to stop taking yourself too goddamn seriously and choose to be playful, loving, and joyous. Because I feel like for some of you, you take things way too fucking seriously and you need to chill the fuck out and go with the flow and enjoy yourself. Have a little fun. Get a little wild and crazy. I mean, we have the 5th house here. That's all about fucking fuckery, okay? Definitely, you know, get wild, get jiggy with it, whatever the fuck, okay, that it is that you do to cut loose. Become that inner wild man or inner wild woman, okay? Yes, yes. Okay, guys, so I'm going to close this out with these little fun little bonus messages. By the way, if you're hearing violin in the background, that would be my son practicing, so if you've been hearing that, no, you're not hearing things. It is an actual violin. Violins could have something to do with this. Hey! Oh. Holy shit. Look at that. Oh, God! We are just going all over the fucking room today, you guys. Oh my goodness, look at that one. No fucking way. All right. Tough and trying times. Tough and trying times ahead. Think long term and make decisions accordingly. Avoid negative people at all costs. So, and I feel like, you know, this could be part of the burden thing where it's like you've been dealing a lot with fucking some negative assholes or just dealing with stress. You know, it happens to us all. But, you know, you want to avoid, you know, dealing with situations like this. You want to step away from that because it's not helping you out. Positive work outcomes. Consistent efforts will bring rewards and a major purchase is worth making. And then we have signs. Your future positive direction will reveal itself. Any doubts and confusions will soon disappear. Any doubts and confusions because you're fucking worrying over nothing and being too indecisive. Anyways, guys. That's it. That's all I have for you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for further notifications. In the drop-down box, there's information on how to book a personal reading with me, plus my Patreon information if you want to check out daily stuff from me. I post daily on there, except on Sundays. And, you know, I have my social media information there. So I always post, you know, pretty much daily in my stories, you know, there as well. So anyways, thank you guys for being with me, and I will catch you next time. Bye. Okay, for our last group, Group 4 with this pink calcite, this is going to be your reading, guys. So the other groups have been quite interesting. So for tarot, we have the 5 of Wands. And you know what's really interesting is this is very specific. There is a calendar here with a big red circle, and this is June 21st. So this is like summer solstice shit right here, okay? there's your time period for this one. And that's 5 of Wands. Holy shit. Then we have the Death card, which of course is Scorpio season. And then we have the Chariot, which is Cancer season. So those 3 time periods are really coming in strong here with this reading. We have, oh, you guys got 3 of these cards. Interesting. Okay. So we have Mercury in Cancer again. So Cancer keeps coming up. It's twice. Okay. With intuition. Very important to be using the intuition, obviously, for this group. We have Moon in Aries with protection. So when the moon is in Aries, there's another time period. And then we have Mars in Sagittarius. I swear to God, I think Sagittarius has just dominated all of these readings. At least one Sagittarius is popping up somewhere here. And we have domination. Who's the dominant one here? So anyways, what I see happening here, obviously there's a move. Okay, a move. There's a movement here, no doubt about it. Moving on from an old job, you're getting a promotion, or you're just moving to a completely different area. And here we have some heavy duty debating and discussion going on. And I mean, these two look super fucking pissed. And there's a whole big old debate and discussion in the workplace going on. Since we're dealing with a 5 of Wands, careers associated with this could be anything that's very competitive in nature. This could be dealing with stuff like being a talent scout, agent of some kind. It could talk about professional sports, anything that is dealing with a lot of red tape or is very physical in nature. But there is, I feel like there's like a lot of debate going on. Okay. And, I feel that there's a big transformation, a big change. Some of you could be losing a job. Some of you could be moving or getting an advancement, or you're just had enough of this fucking career and you're ready to move the fuck on. Some of you could actually have, we have for sale. The house is being sold, and then we have the Chariot where we're moving on. And the Chariot is a very victorious card, though, where we are very balanced. It's like, honestly, I feel like that there is some kind of move and like a transfer or a transformation that is happening. I feel like for some of you, you could be very dominant at your job. You could be up there. I feel like you are being protected and guided, on this whole path. And I feel like intuitively you know that. And I feel like it's like extremely vital, if you're not using your intuition, especially when it comes to communication, that you need to be. You need to get into contact with that big time, because it could save your ass. Okay? Tigers. So, I'm seeing newts, I'm seeing tigers, lotus. All kinds of religious stuff going on here. So, different like symbology there with that as well. We have archangel stuff here. Again, I feel like you're angelically protected for some of, yes, definitely. And then we have, I'm feeling like India vibes, Buddha vibes here, Buddhism. I'm getting all kinds of I feel like for some of you, definitely you are, you're getting very in touch with your higher self and like your spiritual side. And I feel like for some of you, you're like going deep into this. You're studying and really delving into different esoteric arts. You're learning about all different kinds of religions at the time. And I also feel like that tiger just keeps popping out to me. I feel like for some of you, you could be born in Year of the Tiger, or your person is Year of the Tiger. Just seeing tigers in general could be like a sign in synchronicity. Obviously, we have the 9th house, which is higher education, spirituality, learning, religion, foreign cultures, definitely like learning different foreign languages. Some of you could be doing that. We have Aries house, which is all about the self. This is, a very fiery, passionate energy. And then, we have Mercury in Cancer. I feel like definitely choosing your words wisely will be to your advantage during this time as well. But I definitely see a move. There is a movement, there's some kind of move, and it definitely is related to the career, whether this is you've completely left your job and you're moving on to something else, or you are getting a promotion and a transfer. There's something to do with this, having to do with the career sector of things, I feel, okay? So let's get into what these specifically, there's specific events and stuff associated with this. So first up, we have Mercury, of course, and we have Mercury in Cancer. So when this card is dealt, it always refers to traditional family ways of thinking and ideas based on early childhood conditioning. The thoughts and comments of close family and friends will be of great importance to the subject of the reading. And we have Cancer's card here too. This is our roots, this is our home. Some of you could be leaving home to go off to college too, but I felt like there's definitely like something career related here. So the events associated with this are history or events in the past, a revival of old memories, or a visit from a long-lost acquaintance, taking the advice of family or friends, study in the home. But this is crazy because I see like a move from the home and the home is being sold. Some of you, your childhood home, you could have dealt with a death in the family and you end up having to sell off the childhood home. So you have to go and deal with that. And it's like bringing back all kinds of memories, and it's big and it's heavy shit. It's very intense. There's a whole lot of maybe arguing and negotiation going on about estate issues and things like this. That could be a thing here. So we have that moon in Aries. And with the moon in Aries, protection. And look at that. It's a mother and her children, protection. And we have a tiger there. And look at they're like, wrestling right here too. So I feel like that there is some kind of like a little bit of drama here going on in the life. And it definitely could have to deal with family because we have two, Cancer cards here. So in a reading, this card might suggest that the questioner watched that sympathy with another's predicament does not leave him or her vulnerable to manipulation. One can find oneself having to protect one's position. The card may indicate a link with the questioner's talent for buying property, oh my God, or running a business from home. Holy shit. Oh my God. So some of you could be realtors or in real estate investing or something like this. At this time, definitely there's something to do with real estate here in the home, okay? No doubt about that. So the events are defensive action, maternal instincts, business enterprise, arguments over property, what did I just say? Reluctantly moving, family upsets, or responsibility. And they don't look very happy. They look really kind of sad, okay? And they're packing up and they're having to leave their home. So it's like, I feel like there's definitely something to do with this, okay? Wow. That's what's happening, going on before you meet your person. So then we have Mars in Sag. And with this one, domination. Okay, Mars is all about action. It has to do with sex drive, war, you name it. All that freaking passionate hot shit. So with domination, it says, when this card is chosen in a reading, it can mean, depending on the question asked, that either the questioner is being pressured by someone or is applying too much pressure to someone else. The domination card indicates the need to stand back and detach oneself in order to see the truth of a situation. So the events are an argument over ideals, persuading others by bullying, the start of an expedition, that can be there, reckless optimism with regard to a long project, and competitive sports. Oh my God! Oh my God, that's what this card was talking about. What did I fucking say? Okay. Some of you could be your person, or you could work for like a competitive sports team or something like this, like, in their administration, or your person plays professional sports of some kind. And let me tell you, they move, they get traded, and they get moved all over the fucking place. It's kind of like being in the military, only you get paid a whole fuck ton better, don't you? So anyways, oh my God, that is fucking wild. And then they're wrestling. Oh, wow. This is fucking fascinating. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper with these guys. So we have a specific month of the year. We have the overall very specific astral house. Like, what is this dealing with? And then we have all these guys, and we have older man. Dealings or relationship with an older man. We have rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. And I feel like that there is going to be some kind of drama or difficulties. We have angel. Oh my God. What was I saying? Spiritual guidance, protection from harm. You guys are very blessed and protected. We have Bull, plenty of material things. Oh yes, most definitely. Haystack, karma. You reap what you have sown. Yeah. Okay, watch out for this one, you guys. Karma can bite you in the ass, or it could give you a big old wet sloppy kiss. Okay, it's like, which one are you gonna freaking call in? We come into our life with karma. Okay, and we have lessons still yet to be learned. And we have old karma. We can fucking adopt karma from fucking generations past. Okay, the point is, you reap what you have sown. I feel like if you are kind, you are good, you have been very cautious with words and the way you treat and speak to people, you have good stuff coming your way, most definitely, okay? You're going to find that needle in the haystack. So then we have claw. Be careful. Do not take risks. So in some situation, there might be some kind of risk, and, just be very cautious and very careful and very precautionary when it comes to dealings with business, I feel like. And we have younger man. Dealings or relationship with a younger man. We have an older man and we have a younger man here. Interesting shit. And we have happiness. This definitely is dealing with a lot of happiness. It's going to bring you great happiness once, everything is, because we have the difficult part of a situation is over. And then we have January. Oh my gosh. So we have an older man and a younger man. This is fascinating. So some of you, this person could be older. Some of you, this person could be younger, or straight up, this person has a son. Okay. Your person, is like this. They have like a child. Or you do at the time. Okay. Shit happens. Some people, they come together and they're time together is run its course, and then you end up getting divorced and hooking up with somebody else. It does happen. Obviously. So, but I feel like we have older and younger. Also, for some of you, I'm just going to say it, there could be a choice between two people, but I feel like, or this is just the situation, like, at the time. And also for some of you who are dealing with the home shit and dealing with family and like arguments over estate stuff or something, obviously there's an older and a younger sibling that could be involved with this. Or you could have two or just one of the two. So then we have Crow Spirit. Co-create with Spirit with card 17. And we have card 22. 222, 22. Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. So, oh my God, there's actually 3 cards here. Oh my God. Dude. Oh wow, no way. That was like stuck to that card. So we have Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. Truth transcends illusion. This and that are true. Okay, there's like a lot of truths coming through in this situation too. And so we have crows, we have dragonfly, and we have dolphins showing up again. They showed up in another reading too. Oh my God. Let's get into, you guys got 3 and you got 3 of these. That is fucking weird. So that being said, seeing series of 3s could mean something. Obviously 4, 1, 9, we have 7, we have 13, we have 5, but definitely series like 222, seeing 2s a lot. So anyways, we are starting with Crow because that's first in the book. So as you look around you, can you sense the magic that pulses through the world? Have you witnessed how every thought can become a thing? You reap what you fucking sow. Yes, your thoughts create your reality. So keep that in mind. Have you witnessed how every thought can become a thing? How every intention can call the universe into action as the sacred laws shape what you experience? The universe works in perfect order. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with spirit, you will want to crow with delight, feeling the excitement and the wonder of being in harmony with something much larger than yourself. Crow Spirit says you are right on target now to see your dreams magically come into being in the visible world. The laws of abundance, compensation, frequency, and praise are opening in your favor now. Remember to be grateful and praise what is yours, even if it is still coalescing into form, still residing in the invisible realms of co-creation. No matter what area of your life you're concerned with now, what you hope for is on its way. For Spirit is your co-creation partner. Interesting. And then we have Dolphin. I can't believe Dolphin showed up again. Oh my God. What I was saying about this, I'm telling you, this creature, kinky bastards. Okay, so with Dolphin Spirit, like her earthly manifestation, is a reminder of duality. As the dolphin is both mammal and sea creature, so too is Dolphin Spirit both this and that. Two truths coexist, the story you tell and another as well. The duality of life is present when we are suffering, for there is a blessing too in the helpers that appear. Within clouds are silver linings. When we later reflect on what happened, we can see that a situation was both this and that, and a choice led to both joy and sorrow. No relationship is either all good or all bad, and people have qualities of both light and shadow. Thank you. I hate it when people think that they have this perfect person who's never gets in a bad mood, and oh my God, it's rainbows and fucking unicorn farts. No, honey, humans are humans, and they can be dicks and bitches when they get in a mood. Not everything is perfect and spot on all the time. So to think that you're going to have some perfect person, what you're going to get is a perfect person for you, but they're never perfect, okay? Ever. So focus on the positive, for light exists alongside the darkness. Dolphin Spirit calls for you to come up from below and enjoy a weightless moment in the sun as you dive in and out of this and that. This and then that, accepting and even enjoying the duality of life. Why not join Dolphin Spirit in acknowledging and affirming the blessing's presence in this moment? In all areas of your life, there are aspects of both this and that. Today, you can celebrate this fact and recognize the complexity and the beauty of the fabric of the universe. You are at a place right now where your past self is still present as you move toward the new self you are becoming. Aspects of both selves are present. So even if you want to say goodbye to what was, you are required to find solace in this between time. Today is not a day to choose one over another either, but rather to accept things as they are without judgment or resistance. Even in matters of the heart, duality is present. Your next action will be obvious when you drop your bias and see things as a whole. Whoa! Okay, that's some heavy shit. Oh, wow, that's a whole lot of tea right there, baby. So yes, dolphins are quite, everyone thinks they're these playful, joyful creatures all the time. And oh, they're so perfect and beautiful. And they glide through the water and they're like little angels in the water. Dude, they're devils in the water too, okay? They do some shady shit. No doubt about it. Read about that. They'll even, they do all kinds of, they gang up. They have gangs. They can be very vicious and fierce. So I think that's a good choice for the dolphin to do the duality thing. Yes, most definitely. Read about it, Google it, learn about it. It'll blow your mind. So anyways, Dragonfly Spirit there with card 22. Okay. Dragonfly Spirit is here to remind you of the wisdom and truth available at all times in the hidden realms. Just as a dragonfly catches your eye with its reflective wings and body, Dragonfly Spirit appears to tell you to pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion and recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere, peeking through from behind the veil. In the realm of spirit, there is far more wisdom than you can perceive with your senses, and there is a deep knowing that you are not separate or alone, for a higher power recognizes you and loves you beyond measure. Fears dissipate as you realize you are embraced by the nurturing force that is everywhere, always in communication with you. Aligning when you are preoccupied, aligning when you are God, I can't talk. Shit. Hiding when you are preoccupied, Dragonfly Spirit offers this message. You exist in unity with all, including the protective spirits who share their wisdom, and you are being nudged along the path your soul needs to travel to have experiences, craves. Yes, you're being nudged big time. Love exists in many forms, and sometimes we overlook it when we don't recognize a particular form. Pay attention to the signs now. They remind you that each of us have inspired dreams seamlessly sewn into the fabric of the invisible world. And there is a great consciousness that exists in the seemingly empty spaces, guiding us on our journey. Open to the truth, letting the wisdom of the hidden realms inform you, providing insights your conscious mind overlooks. Wow. Okay. Lots of spiritual stuff. Deep. I mean, we have the death card. Okay. Big, heavy stuff here with this group, I feel like. You have really good shit, but before you get the really good shit, you're going to have a period of where it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, I feel like. Big time transformation going on here, okay? And really, you reap what you sow. Don't forget that, you guys. So I'm going to close this out with some little bonus little messages for you guys. Well, let's see what comes up for you. Oh, wow, look at that. Holy shit, no way. Okay. Whatever you say. Boy, you guys got you got all the bonus cards in this group. So we have challenges. Take time out from problems or conflicts, or approach softly to avoid making matters worse. Exactly what I was saying. Twists and turns. Carefully made plans could be thrown out the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure to get lots of rest to cope with all the upheaval. Wow. We have declutter. Declutter your life. Let go of correspondence, objects, and people you no longer want. Someone will hurt your feelings and reveal a new side of themselves that you may wish to avoid. Perseverance. It may feel like you are getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead. Don't give up. And you know what's kind of funny, too, is you have that angel. I really honestly feel like you guys are going to be having a lot of drama. There's like really exciting things at the same time. It's like a total clusterfuck, okay? I feel like before you meet this person, and it's like there's going to be some serious drama. There could be some family tension. There's just stress. It could be at work, whatever the hell this is. But it's like this person, when they come in, is going to be like a fucking angel. Like you can't even believe it, because it's like they're at the they're there for you at the perfect time when you least expect it. And it's just going to be the biggest relief, breath of fresh air. You're going to be so fucking excited and just like, I guess I went through all that shit so I could get to you. You are the biggest gift in my life. Thank God, you know? And it's fucking great. And this person is going to like have your back. They're fucking totally there for you through thick and thin. I mean, persevere. Declutter the shit you don't need in your life. You know, approach challenges and arguments and dealings with freaking bullshit at home, especially, or dealing with family members. Do it from a very, take the high road, so to speak, you guys. Don't charge in and don't lower yourself to that level. You know what I mean? Of the shithead and the fucking shady person and the fucking backstabber and the gossipy asshole. Don't do that. You're better than that, okay? Don't let anybody lower yourself to that kind of level, okay? So anyways, that's it. That's all I have for this group. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for further notifications. In the drop-down box, there's information on how to book a personal reading with me, plus my Patreon information if you want to check out daily stuff that I post on Patreon, and my social media information. Thank you guys for being with me today, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.